Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, September 24th, and I am coming in. It's I think it's like day 45, day 46. So like I'm halfway into my 90-day juice fast. So I just wanted to give a quick update. This fast has been the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my entire life. And I promised that I would be authentic and real because I don't like liars and I don't like to lie. I can't be fake. I started off super strong. I mean, the first 14 days I had nothing but my juices and fruits. And on the 14th or the 15th day, my mom came into town, and well, obviously there wasn't anything in the house to eat because I've been buying nothing except the stuff to make my juices. But I was just trying to make sure she ate, and I was looking for any reason for me to go and dibble into something that I wasn't having no business eating. So that day, I was like, well, Mommy, what you want to eat? And she was like, oh, nothing much. You could just get me something from Checkers. So I was like, okay. So I went to Checkers. I got her a little chicken meal box, whatever. One of my weaknesses is French fries and tostones. So that was my first cheat day with the French fries. Potatoes, water, and oil. 3 things that don't mix. I don't remember if I ordered I think I ordered a medium or a large French fry. And listen, when I pulled back up home, I sat in the car and I ate every one of those fries. I left them, and again in my mind I was contemplating. I was like, well, should you try to just throw the box in the garbage because Mommy know you doing this fast, or just leave it in there? And I was like, just leave it in there because she ain't checking. So when I give her the food, she's like, well, where the fries? So I was just like, I don't know. So she was like, well, they put an empty box in here. Where the fries? So I said, well, your fries should be in the box of the little chicken. So they was in there. So I was like, Lord, I wonder if she know I eat the fries, or she just thinking they made a mistake and put the empty box in there. But that day was the beginning of me cheating on the fast. Every day for the last 45 days, I've had juice. I think one day I didn't have juice, and that day I actually had water. So on the days that I cheat, I would have either French fries or tostones. So I would drink all the juice throughout the day with water, and then I would have tostones, French fries, or potato chips. That was the main thing. I think within the space of the 45 days, I had cooked food 4 times. 2 times they were healthy foods. I think I had like veggie chunks with bulgur, and then I had one time I had jackfruit with quinoa and plantains and steamed veg, which it's not bad, but that was the purpose of the fast, is just juice. I say all that to say this journey of denying yourself, being disciplined and obedient is not easy. It's not hard, but when you struggle in certain areas of your life, it can become a challenge. A lot of people would think that doing the juice fast is hard, and they're real to themselves. They know that they don't have the discipline, so they won't even begin. One of the days that I cheat, we had an office party, so it's like, you seeing all the food, and I brought fruits. So it was like, whatever. And it was like the ending of my 72-hour dry fast, because I did another dry fast. Like everything, I've been doing everything. After I was obedient and tossed the mattress out, I've been laying on the hard floor of my closet for the last 3 weeks. And the first day of doing that, God's presence was so strong. I know he was, telling me that he was proud of my obedience. But I was like, okay, God, like, I know you want me here because you want to talk to me. And that didn't happen overnight too, because things don't happen overnight. But the dreams became more intensified as the time went along. Like every night now, like I have dreams, confirmation. And even though like I was trying to die to my flesh in the physical aspect in regard to just eating or just drinking what I was supposed to have, I've been trying to pay off debt, which I've been so good at, except for the last week. So dying to myself and my flesh has more to do with just eating. It has to do with, my finances. Because I made a couple impulsive purchases. And that is because I wasn't obedient and completely shutting down my social medias. Like I told you guys before, like I would turn it off and then I'd go back on, I'd turn it off and go back. So that day in particular, when I made that purchase, I actually had gone back on and I saw like these suitcases. Like every time I swipe up on TikTok, I've seen these suitcases. I was like, let me just buy a suitcase. Mind you, I didn't really need the suitcases. For one, I ain't traveling nowhere for a while. For two, I already didn't have suitcases at the house. But it was like, okay, like after this fast finish, I can just start traveling and doing this. Like I said, it was an unnecessary purchase. And when I told my financial advisor about it, he was livid. So I wouldn't even begin to tell him the purchases that I made today. But I realized in doing that, like, it didn't satisfy me because I kept wanting more and more. And today, the enemy's so crafty, I accidentally left my 3 jars of juice home. So I was like, okay, you could either go and just drink water at work and then drink your juice when you get home, or you could buy food, which I'm not supposed to be spending money on food at all. So I ended up going and buying food, and I ate the food, and then I walked to the gas station to go buy some potato chips. And on my walk, I was like, wow, God, like if I struggling just to control the things that I eat and making these impulsive purchases, imagine how drug fiends feel. Like imagine the struggles. Like we always look at them on the side of the road and maybe like, man, why they just don't go to rehab and just put it behind them. And I was like, God, like, it must be like, and I'm an addict. It's just that I'm suffering from a different type of drug. I'm suffering from denying myself in regard to what I put in my mouth, food. Theirs might be like an actual drug, real dopamines. And I was so emotional. Like I said in the beginning, I started off so strong, and I didn't factor in the highs and the lows and how lonely it would be. And, like I said before, like people watching and not even offering a word of encouragement. And I was like, God, well, you see them commenting on other people's stuff, that just showing off their outfits and getting a lot of followers and going viral. And it's like, if they getting that, then for me, what is it all of it for? If, I'm not getting the same. And then God was like, only what you do for Christ will last. Like they doing it for clicks, for followers, for monetary gain. But none of that matters in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's all cute. And I was like, but God, like, how long are you going to have me doing this? Because my goal, like I said, is 90 days and to show people that it can be done. But I'm like, well, God, but how can I show people that it can be done when I'm not doing it properly? And he keeps saying, well, this fast is unique to you because you're not just doing it for health. You're doing it to die to your old self, your old habits, your old ways of thinking, your old ways of what you accepted, the things that you needed to validate you. Like even me, like I've been wearing my hair natural for, I don't think I had actual weave in my hair since like March. Like, and I just started to embrace me, the authentic me, the real me. I'm like, okay, Well, if this is how you can be, like, you have to learn how to love yourself. All aspects of it. Every scar, every blemish, everything about it. And I was like, but God, like, how long? You know, because I tried to start over again. And he said, until I tell you that it's done. Because, for example, in my office, like, I'm the only person that's not married. I'm the only woman that's not married. We have a part-time worker there. She's not married, but I don't think she desires marriage. But for everyone else, like, everyone else is married. And I'm like, well, God, like, if you just have me on this juice fast, who gonna even want to date me? I skinny. I only going out and what I gonna have? Just juice. And he said, I'm your husband in this season, and if someone can love you in this season as you are, all of you, and understand the journey that I have you on, then they're not the right person for you. And I was like, wow. Like, it's been teaching me so much. And today, like, I was in my car on my lunch break, and I wanted to cry, but it was like, I feel like I was all cried out. Like, I had a lifetime of just hustling. Like, I'm mentally, spiritually, physically tired. I work 6 days a week trying to pay off debt and just trying to stay focused. And I couldn't cry. And then a message came in from a friend, and it was so timely. And I was like, you know, God will always send a ram in the bushes just right on time, like somebody to offer a word of encouragement, because you never know who's paying attention. And sometimes people that have known you all your life, they feel like you're not qualified to even be speaking. And then you just realize sometimes that those aren't your people. Sometimes your encouragement will come from strangers sometimes. And it's just been a journey. You know, I had someone reach out to me that I actually had blocked. And I was like, okay, they apologizing, they talking all this good sweet nothings, only for them to turn around and then me not hear from them. And then Prophet Guido was like, well, you know, sometimes the enemy is appear like an angel of light, like just to see if the house is swept clean, you know, what's going on. And we have to be so mindful and careful, because they could just be coming back to take you back to the place that God delivered you from. So I blocked that last and final number. Hopefully that's the end of that, because I heard in the spirit, like, disconnect, like, what was it? Pull the plug, access denied, membership revoked. I don't know if that was necessarily for that person or just for the situation. And then in my spirit last night when I woke up, like, I heard the message about a clarion call, and, you know, to stay on the wall, to stay fastened. And I saw somebody else say the same thing today. And then I had another message where I said, you know, don't get caught up with the devices of the world and everything that's going on. And I heard the same thing again by somebody else today. And I was like, okay, God, you really confirming if this is the reason why you have me in my prayer closet sleeping on the hard floor every night, then it has to be something that you want to give to me. Maybe not just for me, but for the people as well. But I would say, in whatever season that you're in, whatever you're doing, do it for the glory of God. Don't do it for your own fleshy desires. Don't do it for monetary gain. Don't do it for clicks, likes, follows. Because only what you do for Christ will last. Like, we can't take none of the things from this world over there. Yeah, you may look cute and dandy and popular, become popular, but everything we do is supposed to glorify God. And like I say, I don't know how long I could be doing this for. I keep adding on more days, and God say, reset as much as you have to. Just reset. Keep resetting until you get it right. And I was like, God, but I can miss out on Thanksgiving. And then God was like, well, that's a pagan holiday anyway. Because, yeah, you may be gathering with your friends and your family, whoever, but you eating the foods that ain't conducive to health anyway. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, but if I keep extending, then when I go home, I ain't gonna be able to eat. Nothing new under the sun. Ain't no new food, ain't no new fruit, ain't no new animal to be discovered. Everything can still be there, but the fight is just to overcome myself, my flesh, earthly desires, leaning on my own understanding, so that I could be able to hear God more clearly. Because I feel like when we're so full of social media, when we're so full of food, when we're so full of, you know, fornication or whatever it is that you may struggle with, God can't dwell in and he can't speak to you. You know, he wants us empty, completely, fully surrendered. So that's just my 45-day update. I can't wait to go home and have my juice, because no matter what I eat, thinking I satisfy my flesh, and this ain't just like for food, but it'll never fill me. I've been going in my sauna every day for the last 5-6 days, just for 20 minutes, just sweating and just thinking and just like relaxing. It brings me to a sense of like just relaxation and being still. But it's hard. Whatever you're trying to overcome, just know that your breakthrough is at the other side of your obedience and your discipline, your deliverance, your healing, your marital breakthrough, everything that you're believing God for. But you cannot give up. You have to keep going. So that's it for all. Hopefully Bible study ain't canceled today, because for the last 3-4 weeks it's been raining and they've been canceling. But like, I need my spirit and my soul to be filled. Like, something missing like that. I feel like that's the only thing that could fill me right now. I actually look forward to going into my prayer closet. I wouldn't even just call it prayer closet, because that's my bedroom right now. And I stopped asking God when he gonna release me to buy a new mattress so I could sleep back in my bed. But I've been neglecting the prayer closet for years. So hey, I ain't getting no new mattress until whatever I'm supposed to be doing is done. So that's all for now. I'll bring another update later. Bye.